Hi guys, today's video I want to talk about being biased, or yeah, just being biased. I was watching Barbie movie yesterday for the first time. I've been recommended a couple of times by my friends to watch it, and there was a lot of, well, what I heard from it from my friends' perspective, it was very deep, and it's like a feminist woman or like movement. And yeah, and then I wasn't sure what I would expect to watch it. I thought it would be like, oh, Barbie is like a perfect person and everyone's gonna hate on her because she's beautiful and too perfect and all that stuff. But then I watched it. It was good. It was decent. It was surprisingly short. I thought it would be a little bit longer, but there was one moment that I started thinking more when I was watching. It was when, spoiler alert. I don't know if you watched or not, but yeah, spoiler alert. When the cans, when when cans took over Barbie Land and Barbies were trying to figure out how to like bring it back and all that stuff. It I noticed like it seems like men are very simple in a way. We are, and very childish, which I can confirm. We're like little kids, and we are full of emotions like women are. So it's the toxic masculinity when they say that guys don't show no emotions, but in reality they always show emotions, even when men are angry. That's when they're the most emotional, or one of them. And yeah, and it was just interesting to see different perspective from different, I guess, genders. And yeah, and they were saying a lot of things, like bad things about guys, and my ego got hurt a little bit. Like, I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, I was kind of hurt. I was like, damn, like, is that really how they see us? But in reality, I realized that it is probably true for like the full thing. I didn't believe in like everything they said about guys, but like there's like, I would say 90% of it is pretty accurate. When they're like describing like women being like perfect but not perfect, being like, what is it called, being sexy but not too sexy and all that stuff. I was like, damn, this is very true. And where was I going with this? I was thinking that I feel like everyone feels like they're a victim of something. Like, no matter who you are, you always feel injustice. Even rich people feel miserable because they don't know what to do with themselves. So they feel like, oh, I'm so miserable. There's like, everything's boring, and like, anyway, they like find excuses. I mean, not excuses, they find problems. For example, like these are real problems that a lot of rich people have, is like have no real friends, or have fake people always like, what's called, trying to get some money from you because they just want to like pretend they're nice. So everyone has a valid problem that they have, but I just noticed that a lot of times we don't even recognize those problems from other people. And I want to say thank you to my little sister. She taught me a lot of things about women or girls. And only from her perspective, I realized what women see in guys that guys don't realize. Like, what's the basic things? Even like just basic stuff like being creepy and stuff. It's just, if you make a woman uncomfortable, and she can show it by like moving away from you, or just like straight up telling you like, stop, I don't like want to be with you. Men can be pushy and they don't understand like how uncomfortable they make women make. So that's the problem, that men cannot feel what women feel when men approaches them. Even guys now feel a little bit weird when another gay person maybe approaches them and makes them feel uncomfortable and being pushy. So there's a lot of different perspective that we don't recognize, and we're always being biased to ourselves, and we always victimize ourselves. And I think it's just a human nature thing. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are people maybe that always they find peace and prosperity, and they're being like monks. They're like perfect. They don't care about anything. They don't have problems. They see everything as a lesson, opportunity, and that's beautiful. It seems like a beautiful place to be. But yeah, I think it's just us being very judgmental of others. As a judgmental person, I can say that I'm pretty judgy. Not even towards other people, I'm very judgmental towards myself. I put myself in a very high standard, and I try to make myself perfect, which could be not a very good thing. So, yeah. So what I was going with this is just in the movie, I realized, oh, I was kind of salty about what they said, but I was like, damn, what if it's true? In reality, it is. But like, and that moment, I was like too hurt to like recognize it. So I was like thinking, I was like, damn, maybe there's a lot of things that we don't see from other people's perspective. And in general, humans always discriminate each other, or like discriminate from each other. So a lot of people like to put themselves in the groups. There's so many different groups in our world that people put themselves. First, gender, obviously male, female, races, black, white, Asian, brown, red, blue, I don't know. Religion, social economics, poor, rich. What are the differences? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I guess like again, even like more details like what sport you are, different teams, different countries, different hobbies, and is there anything else that I'm missing? But yeah, just in general, we just always put ourselves in a group and feel like we're against someone else. And yeah, I don't know why we always think that way. Maybe we always need like a common enemy so that we can work together against something for the greater good. Back then, in our medieval ages, or then it was like caveman time, we would combine to defeat the predators. But now we're so out of predators that we just have other predators, like what other human beings, basically. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have like specific conclusion of this topic. It's just I noticed that we're all biased, and we're not perfect. I always try to remind myself and try to remind other people we're not perfect, and it's okay to be biased in a certain degree. You have to be willing to learn from other people and try not to be biased as much as possible. So you're just being ignorant, and you try not to be ignorant as much as possible, and you're willing to learn. And if your bias not harming anyone or any way, then I can, I guess, accept that. Like, everyone has their own opinions, so that is in itself biased. You might agree, you might disagree with me. So that's in its own way is a paradox. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for listening. Peace.